Yes.
Yay! Hello,
Awesome.
hello! We're live, and it is today the second time, or the second time, one of the, I think we're almost
About 25th
yeah,
time,
25th
something like
time
that.
TWTW Hangouts, and that is a hangout where we are here, Dirk and I, and our friend Kim, who is not online yet. We're here to inspire you, to tell you about, that it's possible to change your life, to a life in freedom, to do the things you really love to do. We know how it is to think out of the box, throw away the box, and listen to your heart, getting everything out of life, right? And, we are here gathered with a panel of guests, and today we have one very special guest. It's Justin Holland, coming from Australia. Yoo-hoo!
Hey, my friend.
How are you doing?
Thanks for having me, guys.
Is the line okay from Australia? Because we're Holland, Australia connecting now.
You know what? As soon as you said you're from Holland, that's my surname, and I'm like, we're on. We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
So my name's
Awesome.
Justin Holland, so it makes sense for us to be on a call today. So thanks for inviting me, guys.
Yeah, well, you're so more than welcome, because our friend Kim, you know Kim very well. We know Kim very well. We're all connected with in the same entrepreneurial community, and that is what is bounding us together. And that is, we can talk all day and night about the benefits of this entrepreneurial community and the online business system that we work with, because we all need a vehicle to to live our dreams, isn't that right? And that is what we're here for. We can talk all day and night about it, but that's why we invite guests. And today, just like you're our guests, and it's a great opportunity to see how your journey has started. And just going to ask you a couple of questions. And before we going to do that, just very briefly about Dirk and I, for who doesn't know who we are. I give you the word for just a second before we hit on Justin.
Hi guys, I just want to share a little bit about us. Traditionally, I come out of a brick and mortar business, and you come in a situation that you find yourself working for 60, 70 hours a week, and you still don't have this freedom. The reason why I started my own business was, because I want to have that freedom. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to be, taking care of my family, taking care of my loved ones. It's just the idea of working for somebody, being employed, it's not me. So I started my own brick and mortar business, the restaurant business, and I found myself a couple of years later actually still broke, or still struggling with the money, but actually working for 60, 70 hours a week. And that's not very, very good for your social life and for your own mindset and your own well-being. So, to make a long story short, I made a bad decision business-wise. I bought a second restaurant, and that was just over the top, because you cannot work 140 hours a week. So I hit bankruptcy with the second one, and we were left with basically nothing. And then you have to find solutions, other ways to provide, and that took us online, and we're starting to search for ways to make money using the internet, and that's actually what we found, and that's how we met Justin as well, actually, in that same line of business. So, and I think let's start with a question. I read an article, and I listened to an audio of somebody, and he said 79 million people only in the US will start a home-based business in the coming 5 years. So it is a massive business. That means that there are so many million people are still coming in. So the pond is big enough for everybody. But Justin, at one point, did you make the decision to get your butt online and start for solutions over there and got involved with this kind of business? What was your turning point?
Yeah, so it's funny. Like I know you guys, but I don't know your stories that well. And when I heard Dirk, you speaking about your struggles with owning your own business, because that's the reason you got into it is to be your own boss and have more time with your family. And for those who don't know me, I'm 28 years old, and I was in the engineering industry from when I was out of school up to about 24 years old, and I was in the same position as you guys, where I couldn't be in a cubicle for the rest of my life. So what I decided to do was build my own business, and I built a business from the ground up, teaching kids to play football, or soccer that they call it in Australia and the US, football over there in Europe, football to me. Anyway, so that's another argument for another day. But basically, it was exactly the same as what you were talking about, Dirk, where I was working 70 hours a week, like absolutely no joke, and I was building a very good business, and I actually have over 500 kids a week attending these classes. Like, you think about 500 kids paying an X amount of money each week. The business is turning over close to $500,000 a year. And when you're turning over that kind of amounts of money, you expect to have the freedom to be able to do what you want. Not to do what you want, but to live the lifestyle that you want. And that just wasn't happening. Every time I build a business, it would just make my time in the office more hours. And what actually happened to me was that my mental state went down, and I went into not a state of depression, but a state of anxiety where I couldn't quite function in regards to those 70 hours was so hard on me that I always needed a way out, whether that be having some drinks or having a day off work, which I shouldn't be doing. As you guys know, being the business owner, you can't have a day off in a brick or mortar business. Mm-hmm. And that's where we get to the next stage, where the business that we're in now, we are able to take days off, and it does not matter. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I got in contact with why I got involved in this business and who my mentor is and why I'm so connected with them. So I actually have only been in this line of business for about 6 months now. I'll get to how that's gone in a minute, but I want to tell you why and how I got connected. So about 12 to 18 months ago, I got connected with my mentor. And as you guys know, mentors are the #1 thing that we need to have in this business. If you don't have a mentor, then can't learn this on your own. It's just not the way to do things in this business. You're not going to be able to be successful by saying, stuff this, I'm not going to have a mentor. Mentors can mean having an author, reading their books. That's a mentor. Having someone who you're doing hangouts with, that's a mentor. Having someone who's teaching you how to have a good mindset, that's a mentor. It's not just having someone teach you how to build a business. You know what? So like you guys today, you guys are mentors to me. We're being mentors to each other today, and it's such an important part of the business. And so when I started, I actually had a mentor, and his name is Nathan Buchan. You guys might know him. You guys will certainly know who he is. And when I connected with Nate, we actually just became friends on Facebook, and we just started chatting occasionally. Every few weeks we'd have a chat. But it was never about business. It was just about life, about what we get out of life and why we want to be here. And for me, I was in my brick and mortar business, and Nate was actually in the online network, which at the time didn't really jump out at me. But as time went on, and learning about Nate's story and why he's in this business, it made me think what my purpose is in this world. And my brick and mortar business, now I'm not in any business to be a millionaire or whatever people want to be in the money terms. I'm in a business or a job to make a difference. And fortunately for me, I've had some good success in my brick and mortar business, as I explained before, and I've been able to really give back to the community. So I've been able to give 500 plus kids per week the opportunity to have fun, learn their colours, learn their numbers, and be independent from their parents, and of course play football. It's not the traditional football. The kids are like 2 years old, so it's a bit different to the usual football training that you get from your coaches. But yeah, I dominated my niche, and I had some good success. But as I said before, the work hours were ridiculous. So it wasn't something that I could sustain for the next 30 to 40 years. So connecting with Nate after a while, as my success kept happening, I'm like, Nate, what do you do? And he just laid it out to me. He goes, man, I've been speaking to you for 12 months now, and we've never talked business. And I just go, man,
awesome.
Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. That's a great way of connecting. That's also a great way how your role model, how your mentor was, connecting with you. And so it was you who, I don't know. It's a great story, actually. I like it.
I think you put the point. It's not about. That's why you hear people who are not involved like that. Yeah, I get these people who are spamming me with links and pushing me in, and it's not about it's not about the millions. It's not about you have to buy. But if you take it on the long term, it's building that relationship. It's all about relationship and getting people to know, like, and trust you in a genuine way, in a honest way. Just, hey, Justin, I'm Dirk, hey, and let's chat. You get to know each other, and along the way you get the feeling, and you see the value of it, and
if I got if I understand your question, your story well. So your story was you had a brick and mortar business. You were working 70 plus hours, doing something you really, really love to do. Because if I like the part of it is that you love to be mentoring others. If I see that well, you are the role model of a lot of kids, right? How does, because now you this online business system enables you to earn an income online, so you now actually have the choice to let that brick and mortar business go, because but how does this online business system allows you to be a role model to keep on doing that? Because that's something that's in you. I really believe you're very good at it. Otherwise you cannot handle hundreds of kids a week or a month or thousands. I don't know. So how does this online business system allows you to be a teacher yourself, a mentor?
Yeah, so when I initially got into this business, it was, as you guys know, it can become a bit overwhelming with all the different products out there. What do you choose to do? How do you actually market yourself? And what kind of person is that customer going to see and work with? And unfortunately, when I first started, as Dirk was saying, you get sent all these links and all this stuff, and it was just so cold. And coming from a business where everything about what I do is warm, everything's so warm that without me being into the business every single day, talking to the parents, the kids, that kind of thing, I could not have run a successful business. And what that taught me to do is take it into this online market, which sets me apart from most online marketers. As you guys know, most online marketers will be very direct and very cold, which is a great thing that we do, that I know that you guys do the same thing, is that we use storytelling. We use our personal story to connect with others, and it doesn't necessarily mean selling them anything. As how I got into this business, I was never sold anything, and now what it's allowed me to do is use my skills and expertise that I've done to build my brick and mortar business. It's funny, people always talk to me about you know, you've been teaching kids all this time. How are you going to be teaching adults? And I just tell them it's no different.
Mm-hmm.
No different. It's I don't even need to explain myself when it comes to that, because those with kids know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
with families know that if I can teach a kid to do something, I can certainly teach an adult to do it. And obviously, these are completely different markets, completely. But the way I present myself is exactly the same as that I presented myself in my brick and mortar business. So I've simply transferred my skills, and now what I'm doing is I'm able to use these skills to teach others how to use those skills that I've learned over the past 4 years and use them in their own business. So I've actually got a great team now that I'm teaching every single day how to connect with their own team, how to be a role model to others, how to provide value. And I've found that a lot of lines inside network marketing is that you are put out on your own. You're not given the mentorship. You're not given the role models. And I find that when someone connects with me, that's why they really want to be with me, not because of a certain product or a sales video. They connect with me and they say, hold on, I want to learn from this guy. It's not that he knows what he talks, not that I'm an expert in this field. As I said, I've only been here 6 months. But I'm a role model because I was a role model before. And I'm able to represent that in a way that connects with adults now. And I didn't quite believe that at the start. But when I get messages every day telling them how much I mean to them, out of the absolute blue, I don't ask for this kind of stuff. They just send me messages and say thank you for being you, and that means that I'm doing something right in this world, and I'm showing my purpose in my new career. So that's my why. I want to prove a purpose in this world, and moving on from kids, something to do with adults.
That is such an amazing story, Justin. That's really, my heart's beating very hard because of this kind of stories. You just started with, you were already in a brick and mortar business. You found that there's something else, at the same time in another world, the online world. You can go on with doing what you really love. That's teaching others. And so what I really like what you explained here is that also doing, teaching others can be done in this online, with this online business system. It allows you to learn from role models, from your mentor, as you were explaining. It allows you to be a role model yourself, but you also hit on this important fact that it creates duplication of the business successes that you already having. And
It's
now
funny,
your
and
team is duplicating. Can you touch
yeah,
on that?
I've already, Mary, I've already touched on Nathan,
Yeah.
myself, my team.
Yeah.
That's duplication times 10.
Yeah.
You can't get much more duplicated than that. I've learned from my mentor. But you always have to be yourself. You have to have something that you like doing, are good at. But not everyone knows that they're good at something. They have to figure out what they're good at, learn from a mentor, and teach someone else. Duplication. And that's how our business runs. That's how our business runs. And being able to have not just myself duplicate, but have other people duplicate what I've taught them. Now that's a feeling that makes me feel like I've made a difference in this world.
For sure. And I also believe that it has made this online business system a difference with lots of other things that people can find online. And I'm pretty sure that there are people here who have a long search behind them because they're looking for that one thing that can change their lives as well. They want to fire their boss. They're unhappy. A lot of parents we know, they are stuck with the job, and I hear them all the time saying, "Yeah, I love to do this, and I can't. I don't have holidays left." You know, so and they really think that's it. And if I listen to you, you're for us this moment the proof for all the others who were searching for that something, that it's not only buying an online business system, but it's also tapping into a role model, your mentor in a community. Like we were chatting before this hangout started, and you were saying, I have to turn off my phone because my team is chatting the whole time with me. That's the community that you all also got when you got started with the online business systems and the entrepreneurial world. And I think it's amazing to show here with you as a guest that it's not only about making money online. Making money online, there are lots of things out there to find, but we believe as well, because we're all working together, that this is a very special place, a very special entrepreneurial world, right? With teachers, with mentors, and well, it hasn't only been a solution for you and for thousands of others, but you know, for us, like Dirk was explaining, that we hit bankruptcy at the end of 2013. We've got $300,000 into debt, you know. And I, with a long history as working as a social worker, we have 2 kids. Finding an extra job is not an option for parents, because there would be no time for us to see them. Okay, so that, you know, that's why it's for us as well a perfect way of learning, stepping into our powers, and teaching others how they can break free.
Yeah, I wanna.
Sorry, you were just.
No, I just want to hit something.
Get inspired
that
by
you. You inspire people to get to. Not everybody knows where they're good at, what their passions are, and how do you? If you would explain to the audience, how can you transform something that you're good at? Because you said yourself, you were never involved with internet over network marketing and stuff like that. So how can you transform something that you're good at? Apparently it is not network marketing, maybe now, but not where you got started. So how can you transform that that part you're really good in, or your passion, into a money-making something?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it really does. I'm just trying to put it into place. So, you know, I successfully managed a team of 15 in my brick and mortar business. So, you know, I had 15 staff. And for me, managing people is something I feel like I'm more experienced at than some others. But some others are good at mindset. I'm terrible at mindset. Terrible. But what I did is I just connected with another mentor, and I asked him, how do you keep track? How do you keep sane? How do you keep on the right path? Because I just can't. As I said before, in my brick and mortar business, I went through some troubles mentally. Nothing too serious, just anxiety. But it made a big difference in the business. You know, not working as well as it should. And transferable skills are great. Everyone has one. They just don't know it. Okay? Everyone has one. And I didn't know what mine was when I started, because I knew nothing about team building. I had a team, but not online. And when I started getting a couple of results and connecting with the team, every time I connected with them, the feedback was always, wow, I've got the best mentor ever, right? But I knew nothing about marketing, that kind of thing. So I had to go and jump at mentors and ask them and try and get them to teach me what they're good at. And in turn, I taught them what I was good at. So I think that's one of the greatest things that we have in this business, is that everyone's got their strengths, but no one knows everything. But we can connect with anyone we want to get those things together.
Well spoken. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Yeah, I know that a lot of people need something like this to hear, to overcome the objection, you know, to get started, because they are afraid. Fear is a common reason for people not to do the things that they actually are curious about or really want to do. Like, there are a lot of people watching you. I'm pretty sure they're watching you, what you're doing, and they have the fear to get started with you. It's the same for us. It's the same
Yeah.
for everyone in this entrepreneurial community. But to overcoming fear, that's, I wanted to touch on that mindset part, because we all have our weak spots, right? And the mind is messing with us all the time. When we feel strong, the next day you can feel very down and you think it's not going to work out. Okay, I think everybody has it. You have it, we have it, our kids have it sometimes, before something important, before an important horseback riding lesson, our daughter is excited, okay. But the mindset part is something that this online business system is providing as well, because I like to touch on that very short, very compact, how do you say that?
Yep, that's right.
That's my Dutch. Sometimes I got blacked out. Okay, but it's not only a business system like that, like a very huge thing, but it has trainings. And one of those trainings is the Inner Circle audios. And it's like a library of endless, valuable information audios that will help the mind reset when it's getting dark, when your mind is telling you can do it, because that happens to us all. That's human. Those audios help you. It's actually there are successful entrepreneurs designing these audios, and they are that, when you're biking or doing shopping, you can plug in your mentor in this audio. You can see it like that, compare it like that. It's a it's a product. It's actually for sale. You have to buy it, but it has an endless online mentor library that can teach you that moment whenever. When you're cooking, I use it when I'm cooking, when the kids are hanging out, playing outside. I listen to it when I do it actually every day. I guess most people do it every day. So that's important to know for everyone who says, well, I can't do it. Just get started. There's this button down below. It's not the most important thing of this hangout, but if all the people who are watching are curious, what is that thing that they're talking about? You just go ahead, click the link down below and tap into the same business system that we all use. Then you will get access to those trainings, to your mentor, to your personal coach, to the community where Justin is part of, where we all are part of, whereas 8-figure, 7-figure, 6-figure earners are part of. So everything is covered.
Look, it's you touch on audios and Inner Circle audios that we have access to are such amazing resources. I listen to them weekly. I probably listen to Inner Circle audios once every few days. I actually have like a massive catalog of like podcasts that I use on my phone, and no matter where I'm going, I won't even like look at it. I'll just like click one. It doesn't matter which one it is, because they're all so good.
Yeah.
And they all put me in that right mind frame, that right mindset for that next day or that whole day ahead, or whatever I'm coming up to, or if I've had a bad day. Listening to something that is so powerful and so encouraging, something that I couldn't replace, with a different kind of business line or whatever we're talking about here.
Yeah.
It's about surrounding yourself. It's about surrounding yourself with I would say the right people, but that's maybe crucial to say, but surrounding yourself with people who are already having the result you want to have. Actually, that is what a mentor is as well. Who already have that result. And it's because it's a global business, it's not always possible to physically meet and join. And like these are hangouts, it's like we meet. But if you are in a situation where you're not able to do that, you have always these audios or you know, different kinds of, you said podcasts, and you can figure out which one is out. And in that way, you surround yourself with people who are already having that result, and therefore you get motivated. And that, because having an online business for a lot of people seems very lonely. A home-based business, well, a home-based business is actually you work from your laptop, and as long as you have an internet connection. Apparently, Kim does not have an internet connection because she's traveling the world right now, and we don't know where she is. And so I just think of it, there's no Kim yet, and probably she will not show up today. But anyway, that's also the beauty of this thing, and the show must go on. So we are talking to you still, Justin, and but it's a great thing of surrounding yourself with the right people, and that is besides the community you're in, actually, because the all of it, and keep your mind up. And you said before you get no experience, and once you get started, I once heard, and I agree with that, it's about 10% skill set that just go through all the trainings you have, right, and 90% of mindset. And this is why it's so important to listen to audio daily and talk to the right people, and not the naysayers, and wow. We are all surrounded by people that are afraid of this.
Yeah, you know, like when you talk about listening to audios and that kind of thing, you know, I certainly have a daily ritual where I will always listen to at least one type of audio. That will probably be about 40 minutes of audio a day. I will read for a minimum of half an hour. I will connect with my team and have an impact on someone else's life. They're three of my main things that I do every single day. And that's not even talking about marketing and calling new people on my team. This is just audios, reading, and touching someone else's life. 3 different things that I do on a daily basis that allows me to, you know, run a very effective business, a 5-figure per month business. And I've been able to have enough success now that you know, the writing's on the wall that will keep happening for me. So that's kind of my daily ritual, and that it's never like, oh, certain time I have to do this, to do that. I can do that anytime throughout the day. It doesn't matter when. So I love the flexibility that this kind of lifestyle allows me to live.
Awesome.
Awesome.
You got some more questions, Mir?
I was thinking, oh, you covered so much, Justin. It's, you know, I had a couple of questions in my mind, you know, to guide you to that answer, but you just shared your story, and the answers were included. That's just the great part of hanging out, you know. And it's not because we are. This is about a business system that allows us to live a free lifestyle, whatever that freedom means to you or to the viewers. That's why I'm just talking now. It was not actually a question to you, but because I feel so pumped up by this hangout, because it opens a new door for me every week after talking to people on hangouts, people like you. We had so many great guests, and it's not only to inspire the viewers, our team, your team, people on our email list, it's also helping me. Like you were telling us, you were mentoring me right now. Well, actually, I feel like you were mentoring me right now, and Dirk, because it's over, you know, it's sharing information. And we live in the age of sharing information. It's the internet age. And people need to understand that if you have your talent, and I'm pretty sure everyone has its talent, like you were saying, your talent is, you know, teaching kids, is, you know, be an inspiring factor in people's life. You can teach them about football. That if you can step into that talent and flip it over into an online income, isn't that the freedom that we all desire? And if you can overcome those fears to get you started with something new, because, sorry, go on.
Yeah,
go on.
you know, when you think about, you know, me being a football coach and, you know, owning a business like that, who would have thought I could transfer them skills into a completely new market? No one.
No.
So don't tell yourself that you can't do this. If I can do it, a football coach, why the hell can't you? Half of you guys out there probably have way more skills than I do. Just get it done. Go live your dreams. You know, I decided to do it, and I could not be happier.
Awesome.
Awesome. How can people get connected with you before we end this hangout? And
Yep.
how can people connect with you?
Best, just add me on Facebook. Facebook.com/Justin.Holland1. So Justin.Holland1. Or even just I don't know, get in contact with whoever sent you here, and they'll have my details. So yeah, justinsmovement.com. Get on that. That's my website. So you can get connected with me a few different ways. So I really appreciate the hangout, guys. It's been amazing, and I really appreciate the invite.
Awesome, yeah, you were inspiring guests, and it's Kim wasn't here. Kim Justice, our co-host. You say that. But this is a difficult word for us to say. Our co-host, dear Kim, is somewhere traveling on the globe without an internet connection. But, you know, that's about working together. We cover each other up, and no problem. We love each other. So this was our TWTW hangout with Justin Holland, and we were hosting it, Dirk and Muriel. And we hope we inspired you again with these stories, with this, you know, open door to a new life of freedom and passion, passionate living, and you can do it. We invite you to go to the link down below if you're curious about what can change your life, and step into this amazing entrepreneurial community. And for now, have a great day, evening, or night, whatever time it is in your time zone. And we check out for now. Bye, Justin. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Bye, bye.
Bye, man.